10 Proven Ways to Enhance Your Communication Abilities. Successful leaders are able to meaningfully communicate with others. Steve Jobs influenced his staff members to strive for best equipment items. Jack Welch mentored the senior management team of GE to brand new heights. Jeff Bezos is recognized for verbalizing the Amazon ethos plainly to workers as well as the world. Every one of these leaders have impressive management abilities. Here are 10 means you can improve your communication abilities in order to come to be an extra reliable leader. 1. Discover the basics of nonverbal communication. One research located that nonverbal interaction represented 55% of how a target market viewed a speaker. That suggests that most of what you state is interacted not through words, however through physical cues. To connect clearly and confidently, embrace proper pose. Prevent slouching, folding your arms or making on your own show up smaller than you are. Instead, fill out the space you are given, maintain eye call as well as, if ideal, move the space. 2. You have to over-communicate simply to interact. In 1990, a college student at Stanford University had the ability to prove that speakers overstate how much listeners recognize. In a research study that became known as the Tappers and also the Listeners, one collection of participants was asked to touch the tune of 120 well-known songs. The various other participants were asked to guess what track was being touched. Tappers approximated that 50% of the tracks touched would certainly be correctly determined. Actually, only 2.5% of tracks were properly recognized. This research reveals that it is essential to communicate plainly, as well as to over-communicate when sharing originalities. As this research shows, it is most likely that the target market will certainly fail to take in as long as you expect. 3. Prevent depending on visual aids. Steve Jobs instituted a guideline at Apple that prohibited all PowerPoint presentations. In a similar way, Sheryl Sandberg instituted a PowerPoint ban at Facebook. Both leaders realized that PowerPoint presentations can prevent rather than help interaction. Be prepared to use words, compelling storytelling as well as nonverbal hints to connect your factor with the audience. Avoid utilizing aesthetic aids unless absolutely necessary. 4. Request for honest responses. As with most leadership abilities, receiving truthful comments from peers, supervisors and members of your group is critical to coming to be a far better communicator. If you regularly get responses, others will help you to discover areas for improvement that you may have otherwise neglected. 5. Engage the target market in discussion. Despite exactly how engaging the speaker is, all target markets have limited attention periods. To come to be a much more effective communicator, make presentations and also conversations interactive. Ask the audience a concern, urge individuals to call out their thoughts throughout a conceptualizing session or at the minimum ask theoretical inquiries to promote the target market. 6. Beginning and also end with key points. Think back to the tappers and also audiences study discussed earlier. Clear communication is of critical importance. To guarantee that the audience comprehends the crucial takeaways from a presentation, restate bottom lines at the beginning and also surface. This can also be achieved by giving attendees with a one-pager that includes key points the target market should consider throughout the discussion. 7. Utilize the PIP approach. An usual framework utilized by service experts, like those at McKinsey, is the purpose, relevance, preview PIP approach to presentation intros. Following this method, the speaker initially states the purpose of the discussion, and then shares why discussion is very important by examining implications as well as possible outcomes. Finally, the presenter provides a preview of the topics that will be talked about. This structure is a useful method to obtain audiences excited about the presentation, helping them to focus on your message and on key takeaways. 8. Record essential presentations for posterity. It can take a good deal of time as well as power to interact properly. In cases where you might need to give the very same discussion several times, consider recording it as well as sharing it in the future. Systems such as Wistia as well as Zoom enable speakers to record themselves supplying a discussion. These video recording systems allow speakers to edit the video to make it extra engaging and valuable. They likewise supply admins with metrics about customer interaction. Videotaped discussions can be particularly helpful for communicators that need to consistently provide training in a firm that is working with workers promptly. 9. Master the art of timing. While several of their jokes might not be appropriate for the workplace, stand-up comics are certainly reliable communicators. Comedians consisting of Chris Rock and also Dave Chappelle are able to host engaging 90-minute funny shows, in part since they have mastered the art of timing. Wonderful comedians, like all excellent communicators, have the ability to feel out their audience to identify when to move on to a new subject or when to state a suggestion. 10. Obtain comfy speaking extemporaneously. When attorneys provide an instance in front of the United States Supreme Court, they normally speak extemporaneously. That is to say, the lawyers jot down a series of topics they plan to discuss, however they do not memorize what they would claim word for word. This approach of interacting allows the legal representatives offering an instance to cover all of the required points, while providing adaptability regarding just how to communicate based upon audience reaction or questions. Organization communicators ought to take into consideration embracing an extemporaneous talking style. It takes method, yet it will allow for even more natural communication, and can help with target market interaction. Verdict. Communicating clearly is just one of the most reliable abilities you can cultivate as a magnate. Keep in mind to interact using nonverbal and also verbal hints. Listen very carefully to what others need to claim, and over-communicate in unique methods to ensure the web content of the conversation sticks with the audience.